Good evening, everybody. Welcome to We the People Prepping. This is Dan. How y'all doing today? Hope you all had a better day than me. I just pulled 669 miles. Now I get to sit in the dock, wait for them to unload me. I'm just about out of hours. Yeah, since I started doing the YouTube thing, and I've gotten a lot more stressed out, honestly, because I'm paying closer attention to what's going on in the world. I'm reading more news from all over the world, and quite honestly, it can be terrifying, some of the stuff that you've read, and when you start thinking about what's going on here and over here and over here and over, and you put it all together, you start thinking, my God, what kind of trouble is this world in? I mean, hopefully you can hear me. I got my truck running. It's pretty damn chilly over here. But, okay, you've got China encroaching on Taiwan and laying claim to Taiwan as part of their own. Then you have Russia encroaching on the Ukraine and wanting to annex them and make them part of Russia. And then you have North Korea doing their long-range missile tests and everything. Now, here's the thing. The U.S. was backing Taiwan in their sovereignty, okay, as well as, we are allies with South Korea, and we were backing the Ukraine over Russia. I'm not so much sure about it now, but this is the politics of it as it stood under the previous administration. Anyhow, now just imagine, imagine that this is all kind of coordinated between Russia and Asia and North Korea, say that, China wants to invade Taiwan. At the same time, they get Russia to invade the Ukraine. Then they get North Korea to attack South Korea. What's going to happen here? Because the U.S. is going to be caught in the middle of that. And that's the way that it's kind of looking right now. Because they're doing everything in unison. If that happens, you're looking at the spark off of World War III, literally. That would be what would kick off World War III. Now, that may be the plan. I don't know. But, as I sit here and I read news articles from all over, because I don't just read American news, because we all know the mainstream media in America is just screwed. So I get my news sources from all over the place. I go overseas for news. I go to untraditional news sources. I search everything. I do research on it, and I kill a lot of time, like when I'm sitting in a dock doing those things, because I can be sitting in a dock anywhere from an hour to 6 hours, it depends. And even of a night when I can't sleep, I'm up researching stuff. But when you start putting everything together, it gets kind of scary. And then you look at just what's happening in our country alone. We're divided amongst ourselves over idiotic bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. I don't care about your race, your sexual preference, none of that bullshit. who you sleep with and all that that's up to you. I mean, I don't care. Your sex life is your sex life. You can be as freaky as you want. I don't really give a shit. You know, your color, you can't help the color of skin that you're born with. What the hell does the color of a man's skin have to do with the content of who he is, his character? You know, I mean, I've met people of all races that were good and bad. You know, all religions that were good and bad. I mean, I stopped being a preacher because of all the BS in the churches. Okay? You know, I mean, I'm not a part of any organized religion. I have my beliefs, and I keep them to myself now. I don't preach anymore. There's organized religion is just as bad as the government. Honestly, they're just as crooked, just as dishonest. I mean, it's not worth my time or my effort or my spiritual sanity. You know, but your religion, your sex, your sexual preference, all of that stuff, I don't give a rat's ass. If you want to call yourself a woman, that's fine. Here's my thing. Don't push your ideals off on me, and I won't push mine off on you. It's that simple. You know, if you're gay, hey, that's fine. If you're straight, that's fine. If you're bi, that's fine. I don't care. If you're transsexual, whatever, pansexual, you know, whatever, omnisexual, it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? You know, yeah, it was a big thing back in the 70s and 80s, but you know what? We grew as a nation, we got past that shit. None of that stuff's happening anymore. Okay? So, get over it. You know, we've got enough problems in the world without bickering amongst ourselves over petty bullshit. Okay? And, you know, all of these politicians and the news media and everything, all they're doing is trying to keep us divided. Because if they can keep us divided, they can conquer us. And don't think that they're not trying to conquer us. They're all working together. The social media, the politicians, I mean, all of them, they have an agenda. And they've clearly told you what their agenda is. They don't try to hide it anymore. Okay? Go look it up for yourself with the World Economic Forum. They tell you exactly what their plans are and how they're going to do it. And there ain't a damn thing that you can do about it according to them. Okay? See, that's the problem. They're keeping us divided on all this other little bullshit, and we're like kids with ADHD, you know, ooh, squirrel, you know, ooh, deer, and, you know, I mean, they distract us left and right. We are the ADHD people, you know. I mean, that's all there is to it, because if we all focused on what was really important in this country, and around the world for that matter, if we just focus on the realities of what's actually important and stop bickering about sex and race and all of this other bullshit, they would not be able to do what they are doing to us. I mean, I have watched over my lifetime as our rights have dwindled and dwindled and dwindled, and these politicians, they just keep unraveling. You know, they're pulling that string and just keep unraveling everything. Okay? I mean, we gave up a lot of our rights with the Patriot Act from 9/11, you know, all in the name of security. I forget who it was, Thomas Jefferson, that says those that give up liberty for security deserve neither. You know, I mean, and it's true. We give up our security, our liberties for security, and we never get them back. That's the thing that everybody's not understanding. We will never get these back once they're gone. The only way to get them back is through a lot of bloodshed. Personally, I would really rather not go to war, but if war is coming, then bring it. Let's get it on, get it over with, so we can get back to living life. Okay? And there are so many people in this country that are just so stupid. They don't know how important these rights are. There's a reason that the founding fathers of our country went through and laid out these rights for us. These aren't given to us by the government. These are God-given rights. We have the right to speak as we see fit. We have the right to defend ourselves. But yet, those two right there, that's the first and second, those are the biggest ones that are under attack right now. Because you have to be careful what you say or you'll get canceled. You know, they want to abolish your right to defend yourself by taking away your means of defending yourself. The Second Amendment was not written in case deer or raccoons or bears attacked. It's not about hunting. It's about defending yourself and defending your rights against the tyrannical government, which we have right now. Our government is so tyrannical. I mean, it makes England from back in the 1700s look like a pissant. I mean, and we're sitting by and doing nothing about it. And you know what? I believe that this country is going to fall to socialism or communism, because nobody is going to stand up and unify and say enough. People are too complacent in their current lives. They are worried about what they have to lose right now instead of what they're going to lose down the road. Okay? So while they're worrying about what they've got right now, the government's taking away little bits of what is your future. You know, oh God. It's a sad day in this country because we have forgotten who we are as a people. We have forgotten what we stand for and what our rights are, and we bicker among ourselves over petty stuff that just does not matter. You know, you have the LGBTQ community complaining that they don't have enough rights. Hell, they got more rights than most any other people now. I mean, they're not being persecuted like they were, okay? I have not seen a actual, big crime against that community in decades now, okay? Unless you want to look overseas where, like, in some of these Arabic countries, they find out you're gay, they're taking you to the top of a building and tossing your ass off the building, okay? You're not being persecuted like that, okay? I mean, I've watched men and women, I've watched men and men, and transsexuals and all this stuff walking down the street holding hands, kissing, all this kind of crap. Yes, I go into a lot of liberal cities, so I see a lot of this bullshit. I don't care. That's their business. That's the whole point. That's their lives. Who gives a shit? Let them live their lives. Let them be happy. I just want to live my life, raise my family, and, try to be as happy as possible. Let me do me, you do you, but let's all come together and stand up and say, look, we've had enough of the bullshit. You are going to stop this. And we all need to stop voting these same morons into office all the time. I mean, this government was not set up for career politicians. It's supposed to be of the people, for the people, and by the people. But now it's none of that. It's for the politicians, by the politicians, of the politicians. What they want is not what the American people want. And it's not going to stop until we stop being stupid and letting them distract us with all of this other bullshit going on in the country. They're the ones starting this stuff, okay? They do it to distract us. Stop letting it distract us. Pay attention to what they're actually doing. Read these bills that they are trying to pass through the House and Senate. I mean, come on. If you would read some of this stuff, it would blow your mind. And these so-called stimulus packages, go through and read all the bullshit that they're giving money to, but yet you get just a little itty-bitty taste of it. But you're the one having to pay it back. Because, trust me, they're getting ready to jack your taxes through the roof. Oh, nobody over 400, nobody that makes under 400,000 will see their taxes go up. Bullshit. You know that's bullshit, and I know it's bullshit. But nobody's willing to stand up and put a stop to it. Anyhow, this has been Dan with We the People Prepping. Sorry about the rant. I had to get that out of my system. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button. Share my content with your friends, family, whoever. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That's up to you. Ring the little bell icon so that you're notified when I upload new content. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, you can leave them below, or you can send me an email if you want it to be private. If you have any suggestions, feel free to email me at any time. I always check my email. My email will be in the description, along with links. If you choose to support my channel, you can find the links there as well. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope and I pray that each and every one of us will wake up and stand up. God bless you all. Have a good night. Bye.